It's not the OG Romulan campaign. I'm not doing the Romulan campaign a third time. Why am I going to the Badlands? No! I'm not doing the Cardassian campaign a second time either. Well, a third. We did the Cardassian campaign with Lord Ice. And then I did it for Rise of the Redshirt. So no, I'm not doing that a third time either. It's very Elite Dangerous. Just dump you into the star. You know what would be fun? You know what would be fun? If it's going to get all Elite Dangerous on you, just dump you at the star. If it let you scoop hydrogen, and it sped you up in sector space. That'd be cool. That'd be a cool little feature. It would mean you'd have to have a bit more skill flying through sector space, because you want to slow down into the star and scoop up the hydrogen, and then, like, as you fly around it, you speed up along your way. That'd have been cool. That'd have been a cool thing to do with sector space. It'd certainly make touring the galaxy more interesting. Hello everyone, this is Alchemisted, and this is Surgical 9, Rise of the Redshirt, and we are starting the Breen arc. Which I kind of had initially wanted to do in the middle of the Cardassian arc, but stuff just kind of got in the way. Excuse me. Speaking of a cold. So, this is out of order. And me and Andrew in the chat are just sort of sussing that out right now. So the first one should be Cold Call. The second one should be Out in the Cold. Number 3 is Cold Comfort. The solution to the problems therein are burned into my soul, not unlike the puzzle on Drazana. Cold Case, and then Cold Storage. So these are all out of order. I don't know why. I don't know why Cryptic cares so little about featured episode series that used to be... These missions used to be Star Trek Online. Like, these missions are what you tuned in for. They were the big events that you were waiting for like months at a time. These were big deals. The only one that is actually in the mission progression is Cloaked Intentions. Yeah, these were amazing when they dropped. But Cold War is the first featured episode series, and it's definitely long in the tooth. It's definitely showing its age. It has next to no voice acting, so I'm going to be reading a lot of blocks of text, which are going to be pretty much murder on my pipes. So you're going to have to bear with me on this one, because there's a lot of reading in this one. I was quite impressed with the successful outcome of the recent trade negotiations at Starbase 39 Sierra, which are no longer in the mission progression. And I am pleased to invite the Federation to send an envoy to the DEFERA system for a more formal meeting. This could be a great opportunity for both of our peoples. The Federation has requested an alliance with us on several occasions, but my people's adherence to balance has prevented it. Now they are more open to the ideas of ties with other worlds. Perhaps your visit will be the start of a lasting friendship between our peoples. So yeah, these are like super old missions. They have next to no voice acting in them, so it's back to me reading everything. And let's see. Did it make it primary? It did! Wait, did it? Yes, it did! Okay, begin Cold Call. I think these missions are pre-framework, so there's very little, everything's baked into the mission, and there's very little to break, because it's not relying on their weird animation back end that is responsible for nearly everything breaking about 2 weeks after it's released. That animation back end is one of the reasons why nobody can sit down in a chair in this game. It's one of the reasons why people stand up in chairs. is because their back end is broken. It always has been, ever since they introduced it sometime in the Delta Quadrant stuff, I think. We have arrived at the DEFERA system, sir. Performing standard sensor sweeps now. Some of this debris is only days old, but there have been no reports from the DEFERA or accidents or combat in this area. I don't like the looks of this. I recommend that we proceed with caution. The Jessica is standing by for the approach to DEFERA. Shall we begin our escort? Welcome to DEFERA. May be blessed with balance. We appreciate the Federation's willingness to meet with us in these trying times. So begins the slow escort. This is DEFERA Prime. Don't you have home defense? Like, is that it? Was that was that everyone in your system defense? I mean, they got good reason to be paranoid because the Breen are out and about. Sir, we're picking up an approaching warp signature. Attempting to identify it now. Sir, the ship was running a subspace jammer, so we weren't able to get a lock on it before it warped out. I am, however, picking up a residual warp signature, and we might learn more from a detailed scan. Well, that was pointless. Yep, first featured episode series. Just flying around. Just flying around. Did I do these? I'm fairly certain I covered these at some point back in the day. I'm almost certain I did. Not on Rise of the Redshirt, though. Greetings, Jessica Escort Ship Woglinde. We are required to identify your credentials and verify you are in fact the correct ship prior to granting you access to DEFERA. Please submit to a scan at this time. I'm sorry, how do you mistake a galaxy for anything? How do you mistake a galaxy for anything but a galaxy? Do you require assistance? No assistance is required at this time. Thank you for your cooperation. Our scans are complete. Please provide us with your clearance code before you establish orbit around DEFERA. Our DEFERA access code is 946W2QOS. Thank you for the protection and escort. Your diligence and readiness does you credit. Perhaps later we will be able to learn more about that strange ship. For now, let us discuss the possibility of trade and diplomacy between our peoples. My attaché will send you the planetary coordinates for transport. These coordinates will take you to one of our famous historical parks and preservation sites. I hope that you enjoy your visit to DEFERA. When you are ready to talk, please meet me on the steps of the historic tower. It will be across the park, past the monument, when you arrive. It's a historic tower. Alright, I am going to bring... I don't bring... Kane. I'm playing around with playing around with names right now. These are fairly short in comparison to more recent missions, so... So this should be pretty much a breeze. I remember when this launched, this place was unbearable on your frame rate. This place sucked bad when the game first launched. And I need to actually, hold on. Let's see, First Officers. Kane. Alright, I can't hide items. Because that would only make sense to be able to do that. Why can't you hide items on your buffs? Why would you not have that functionality? It blows my mind, the quality of life omissions from the console version. Especially since, at this point, the majority of Star Trek Online players are on console. Why wouldn't you have the ability to hide weapons on your buffs when that's something that you've practically had from day one on PC? I don't get that. But I remember when this featured episode series first launched, this park in particular was a nightmare on your frame rate. The game was never really that well optimized. It's a Frankenstein antiquated Champions Online engine. But this place would cause the game to basically throw away your graphic settings and dumb down and potato mode everything. This place, Earth Space Dock, lots of really busy hubs with lots of NPCs and shit going on. But I remember suffering a lot playing through these missions when they first launched because of how laggy this place was. How much slowdown you would get. Ambassador Syrah. Here we go. I did not miss this. Welcome to DEFERA, honored visitor. This site is the oldest continually inhabited site on my world, and as such, we find it to be the ideal place to welcome visitors. Alright, let's go down the dialogue wheel. Tell me about the DEFERA. We have an old culture steeped in tradition and respect for all beings. The Makers taught us the concept of balance, and we strive for it in all things. For more than a century, we have remained neutral in our dealings with other worlds. For where there is balance, also there is truth. We are now looking to expand. Our population is growing to a point where we will put a strain on our world's resources. To correct this imbalance, a portion of our people have volunteered to seek new homes among the stars. This, of course, has put us into greater contacts with beings such as yourself, and we welcome the new ideas and technology that you have to offer. Perhaps by looking inward for so long, we have become out of balance with the galaxy as a whole. I look forward to your help in correcting this. Tell me about the ruins to the east of here. We believe that the site to the east of here... Okay, the to the is superfluous. We believe that the site east of here was once used by the Preservers, because we have located several artifacts that appear to correspond with their technology. Although we do not know for certain, it is our belief that the DEFERA were one of the races seeded throughout the quadrant by the Preservers. They, like us, revered balance and saw life as sacred. They went to great lengths to preserve all life. Dude, the preservers are like the antithesis of everything you believe. They didn't balance jack. They found nobody like themselves, and they decided to seed their DNA on billions of worlds throughout the galaxy. That's the opposite of natural balance. That's imposing one's will on an entire galaxy. Can you explain more about the balance? Everything must be in balance. When one side is dominant over the other, the iniquity breeds resentment. The resentment leads to hatred and misunderstanding. On our world, there is equity in everything. All major decisions are made by polling the populace, so that a small group of leaders will not have power over the whole. Persons in what can be deemed leadership positions, like myself, serve at the pleasure of our people. If we abuse our positions, there will be imbalance, and we will be removed. Tell me more about the Preservers. The Preservers were an ancient race that died out eons ago, but made a great impact on the galaxy in their time. The Preservers would transplant members of races that were threatened by extinction to worlds where they could thrive. The planet Amarind was settled by them, and they brought ancient Terrans there to create a new community. For many years, scientists theorized that the Preservers were responsible for the spread of humanoids across the galaxy. We now know that the Preservers not only transplanted communities, but also created them. The Preservers believed they were alone in the galaxy. In the hopes of creating an ecosystem of races like themselves, they seeded their genetic material on other planets. In this way, they gave their children the companions that they never had. That is not what the Preservers said. They found none like themselves. The Preservers never said they found nothing. Pran, you look awfully human. So this is broken. That's supposed to be my Breen officer. But instead, it's Hunter, my boss. My tactical boss. Sir, sensors from the Waglinde are picking up Breen transporter signatures. Get ready, sir. They could be hostile. Oh, they are. Ah. Get wrecked. Okay. We're good. Are you dead? Yes. Okay. I'm fairly certain that's a disruptor, not a phaser. Which, she has the phaser compression rifle. It should be a phaser. Lightning. I feel like it's a little risky pulling out the nanopulse because it's safe here because if there's ever a cutscene and you have the nanopulse out, the nanopulse will ruin the cutscene. It will look ridiculous. Oh shit, sorry. You got personal shields, that's what they're for. Let me get a look at, let me, okay. Smart asses. It's, the uniform. This is as close as I could get to approximating. There were, like, during the Iconian War, there were various, like, propaganda flags and such. And, one of them had a Starfleet Marine. So that's about as close as I could get to that Marine uniform. As it's not really covered in the, uniform code PDF that Thomas the Cat released. But she does share the kind of a similar color palette to some of these Marines, so oops. Have it. You can't fuck with the Lego phaser rifle. I will go Dominion War all over your ass. Gimme. I liked the Breen better when you couldn't understand what they were saying. Also, this is all kinds of broken, this screen right here. We broke through the Federation defenses and attacked your homeworld. We ruined your fleets during the war. Then you lost. Then we beat you. Then Starfleet beat you. Don't brag. You should know better than to oppose us, Starfleet. We will wrest the Preserver secrets from this place, and we will destroy anyone who attempts to stop us. That's cute. For the laugh. Cryo grenade. Not so smug when you're getting shot at by half a dozen people. And their quantum shadows. Obviously, it is not safe for me to remain here, given the threat of further attacks. What now? I shall return to the Jessica for now. I believe I will be of best use there. Oh, I'm starting to have... There's Bran. That's the right buff. I'm starting to have bad memories of a dialogue puzzle coming up. Sir, there are more ships warping in. We need you and the away team back on the ship. Prepare for emergency transport. You know, I would think, at this point, a bunch of Breen attacking would be just like a lazy Monday. It's like a lazy weekend for the Woglinde crew. No. There's a dialogue puzzle in a conference room that I'm thinking of. And I have a bad feeling it's coming up. I think it's one of the DEFERA munitions. So the Breen are attacking the Jesta. We should intervene before they are overwhelmed. And then there were no Breen. I do. The barrel roll of joy. Hold up, Revan. I want to get this. Gimme. 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 Okay. You were saying... Sir, the Breen don't attack at random. I'd say that there is more going on here than the DEFERA are telling us. We're being hailed by the Jeska, sir. Should I put it on screen? Thank you for the assist, Woglinde. We took some damage, but it's nothing that a few days in space dock won't fix. My friend, I have not been completely honest with you. I fear my actions are out of balance with the universe. I think we should speak face to face. Do I have your permission to come aboard the Woglinde? Permission granted. Alright. Put him up in one of the cheap conference rooms. Put him up in the conference room from like 10 years ago. Yeah. That one that we haven't changed at all. Oh, this conference room is going to look like ass compared to the modern ship kit. Oh, shit. Okay. Gotta have a word with that transporter operator. Oh, look at this. Look at this. The old ship kit. The ye oldie conference room. Can I interact with these? It's not that bad. It's better than the default. It's better than what we had by default when the game first launched. But it's still nowhere near as good as the stuff we have now. But this was like when they were going for... I don't know what they were going for, but the design of like Federation ships were like funky. Like when the game first launched. Like they had this almost cartoony kind of weirdness about them. That I don't know. I kind of dug it a little bit. But, yeah, this is still... I have not seen this room in a long, long time. Yeah, it's cavernous. It is super cavernous. That was one of the big... look at the size of this door, man. Look at that! But I'd say that barring the super high ceiling and the impossible doors, this is actually a good size for like a diplomatic conference room. Yeah, everything was out of scale, but it wasn't just that. There was also kind of a weirdness to the design that I kind of liked. Like it was next generation, but it was also weird a little bit. I think Drake's about like 5'10", 5'10"-ish. So yeah, that door is huge. I hated the blue L-cars too, but I'll tell you what I did like, is I liked that it was TNG, but there were all these more organic looking shapes, like something out of Farscape. Like I liked that it was TNG, but the 30 years Federation design had gotten a little weird. I liked that. It showed that there was a change in like design sensibility, but it was still recognizable. You could still tell that it was the same setting that you had seen like 30 years previously. There may be a DEFERA guard. Okay. Honorable ally, I apologize for my secrecy, but at the time it was the best course of action. This is not the first time that the Breen have attacked DEFERA. Their aggression has increased in recent weeks, and we have been unable to either stop them or open a diplomatic dialogue. The Federation has always promised to be our ally in a time of need. While we prefer to remain neutral in your conflicts, we have looked favorably upon the Federation's actions. You seek to maintain peace and stability throughout the Alpha Quadrant. Now we are in need of your help. The Breen are attacking our ships and colonies without provocation. Hundreds have already died. And I fear that more lives will be lost unless we have your assistance. My people face destruction. I cannot believe that the balance of the universe requires us to die. Oh boy. I will be in contact with you again. I can only hope that your efforts will tip the balance in our favor. If there is anything else you would ask of me, or if you need greater understanding of my people, please do not hesitate to ask. Okay, tell me about the DEFERA. All beings, the makers, tell us that we strive for in all things. We remain neutral and do this, so there is balance. Also, there is truth. East of here. So all this. What could the Breen want at the ruins? The Breen could share our belief that the ruins are the remains of a preserver installation. The preservers were powerful. If the Breen gained access to their knowledge or technology, they might be able to use it to shift the balance of power in the quadrant. Our archaeologists have been studying those ruins for decades. If there is anything there that the Breen could use, we have not found it. Can you explain more about the balance? Everything must be in balance. Previous positions, there will be imbalance and we will be removed. For the whole... Okay, you already said that. Tell me more about the preservers. He already said that. Because of simulations. Okay. We're done for today, Ambassador. Okay. That wasn't this mission. I might be remembering the diplomacy grind. Ambassador Sarah has safely returned to the Jeska, and he requests that we contact him once we have left the system, are ready to depart on your orders. Your orders. I slurred that really bad. I've been awake for a while. It's late. Depart system. Yeah, because I know there was a DEFERA mission in the diplomacy grind. Before the DOF system, earning rank 4 diplomacy before the DOF system. I've talked about this before. Did you not grind it out before doffing? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I got tier 4 diplomacy before doffing, which you had to get through the old exploration system. And there is not a... This game is full of grinds now, but none of them are anywhere close to the soul-destroying grind that maxing out diplomacy was before the DOF system. Holy shit. Holy shit. Ugh. No! Shit. I wanted to hail Ambassador Sarah. USS Sweet? It's Yorktown next to us. You are a friend to the DEFERA. We will speak again, and it is my fondest hope that you will be able to repair the balance and save my people from the Breen. Then we can have a long-lasting and peaceful alliance. We will speak again soon. Choose reward. And your reward is a Polaron Blast Assault, which is vendor trash. A Cryo Grenade, which is now useless. Completely effing useless. If you want a Cryo Grenade, go buy an ornament off the exchange and use it to unlock the winter event stuff. The winter store. Yeah. Do that. Because there's a kit module that's a Cryo Grenade. So this is completely worthless. Speaking of worthless, current lockbox. The grand prize of this, in this scenario, is the Polarized Parabolic Deflector, which is part of a Breen set that, I believe there is a Warp Core available for this set that's also available through the Winter Event store. So, yeah. If you're looking for... I think this buffs the crap out of Polaron and Chronoton weapons, so if you're into using both of those... These are definitely the way to go. Or a way to go, I should say. I think the Dominion set from the Gamma Rep buffs the hell out of those as well. So yeah. We are going for... I'm going to go for the vendor trash this time. And here... Oh, God, I remember these. I remember all of these. I used to do these daily. Alright, depart system. Yeah, those missions used to be part of everybody's dilithium grind.